Jump right into it, fam. Jump right into it. Everything is a big problem when you refuse to take responsibility. Everything is a big problem when you refuse to take responsibility. Now, the caption on this quote is, everything happens to you. Everything that happens to you happens because of you. Put yourself in this position. It's okay. How you respond to what happens will determine what happens next. Now, check this. For a lot of people, it's hard for people to take responsibility. It's hard for people to accept the fact that they put themselves in this position. It's hard for people to accept the fact that they are in this position because of the moves they made up to this point, right? Because it's so easy to look at all the things that happened to you. It's so easy to look at all the things that other people did to you. It's so easy to look at the moves that other people have made that put you in this position, right? The music is too loud. What music are you talking about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Can you guys hear me right? Let me know if there's anything weird going on with my thing. Give me some thumbs up if you can hear me. Give me some thumbs up if everything is good with my audio. All right, cool. Listen, it's easy to blame others, right? It's easy to blame everybody else. It's easy to say that it's not because of me, Anthony. It's not because of me. You don't understand. Please, it's not because of me. It's because of them. It's because of this person. This guy did this to me. This girl did this to me. This company did this to me. The government did this to me. Oh, this other, this family member did this to me. All these people did this to me. It's easy to do that. It's easy to say that. It's easy to say that. But everything that happens to you happens because of you. You chose that partner. You chose. And check this. Just listen. Because as I say this, I can hear somebody on the other side. I can hear the hesitation. I can hear it. I can just hear it. I can feel it. I can see the hand moving, the rumblings, and people getting upset. I can already see it and hear it. I can hear it and see it. Listen, you chose to work at that job. You chose to make the moves that you made that led you up to that point. You chose to do what it is that you did that got you the results that you've gotten. Now, in this position today, you've made decisions. You've made choices. Things have happened to you and you responded to it the way you did. Things have happened to you, right? And the way you responded determined what happens next. The way you view the situation. Your perspective on the problem, which is why your perspective on the problem is the true problem. The way you view things, the way you look at yourself, the way you respond to things, the way you react to things, the environment you put yourself in. Everything that happens to you happens because of you. And if you're going to play that victim mentality, everything becomes a big problem when you refuse to take responsibility. When you refuse to take ownership, when you refuse to take control, when you refuse to be part of the solution. You know how many people voice their opinions, voice their hey, here's what's going on, whether it's about the world or it's about what's going on in their life, or they're saying, oh, you don't understand, Anthony. And I remind myself, and I go back to my situation 10 plus years ago. In my room, in the Bronx, in my parents' house. I always tell this story, roaches climbing on the wall with the cracked floors. Outside, you hear a loud noise, all that stuff, living in the hood. How easy it could have been for me to say, yo, you know what, man, it's not my fault. It's everybody else's fault. It's everybody else's fault. I was just born into this. What do you want me to do? I was born into this. This is just the way things are. It's everybody against me. And I remember blaming others, right? At times, it's easy. Oh, because of you. It's because of you I'm in this situation, because of you. Imagine this. Imagine you looked in the mirror, right? Imagine if you looked in the mirror and said this: it's up to me and it always will be. It's up to me and it always will be. What I said everything that happens to you happens because of you. Everything that happens to you happens because of you. Now, if we can look back at our situation, like, wait a minute. Because even again, as I say this, there's immediate resistance to that. There's immediate resistance. That's not true, Anthony. Part of that has to do with how we view certain things. Part of that has to do is how we respond to things. Part of that has to do if we are part of the solution or part of the problem. Part of that has to do is how when we hear certain information, how do we react? Accepting things as truth without diving into it, of what we see outside, right? Learning certain things. Anthony, I don't have money. I don't have this. This happened to me. I don't have. Okay, so we see something happens to us. And to say that it's not because of you, right, shows why you view everything as a big problem. Because whatever happens to you, you have the ability to adapt and adjust. You have the ability to learn. You have the ability to Google. You have the ability to learn how to make more money. You have the ability to learn how to increase your health and better your health. You have the ability to respond to things. We can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond to whatever comes our way. Now let's acknowledge this, because this is the part that people want to acknowledge, right? That it is absolutely difficult at times, 100%. It is tough at times, 100%. It can be overwhelming at times, 1000%. It can be difficult. Not everybody's a robot, right? Nobody's a robot, right? Nobody can just go through life and say, oh, fuck it, let's just go through it. Doesn't matter. Let's just make adjustments. I get it, 100%. Let's acknowledge how difficult it is to take ownership and control, right? However, everything that happens to you happens because of you. And if you can understand this alone, you will not immediately react when you hear certain things, right? You will instantly take responsibility of your life without questions asked, without any questions asked, without even thinking about it. Something happens, instantly your mind goes into, what's the next move? What's the adjustment move? Okay, these are the rules of the game. This is what's going on, right? How can I be part of the solution, not part of the problem? What's the next move? This happened to me. What's the adjustment plan? What's the next move? How can I adapt? How can I observe the situation and take responsibility? Because if you do not, going back to this quote, everything is a big problem when you refuse to take responsibility. Everything is a big problem. Everything is a big problem. Everything is a big problem. Everything is a big problem when you refuse to take responsibility, right? Ownership, control. How you respond to what happens will always determine what happens next. So now we look at the situation, right? Similar to me when I was living in the Bronx, wondering what am I going to do with my life? What's going on? Why do I feel certain ways, right? Whatever problem it is that you have right now, just understand that you put yourself in this situation, and maybe not physically put yourself in this situation on purpose, right? Because that's another thing. I didn't put myself here in this situation on purpose, whether you was aware of it or not. Whether you're aware of it or not, the situation you're in this situation for a reason. Now, let's not get emotional about that. Let's not get sad about that. Let's not get upset about that. Let's look at our situation and say, how did I place myself in this position? The beautiful thing about it all is that it doesn't have to be this way. The beautiful thing about it all is that you have full control over how you respond. The beautiful thing about it all that at any single moment, it can all change. One decision can change it all. Whatever you've done in the past, whatever decisions you've made in the past, whatever situation you put yourself in, at this very moment, fam, you can make an entire change in your entire existence. You can change the direction your life is going with one decision. And what is that decision? You know that decision, right? You know this decision. You know right now that you could put 5 to 10 things on paper on things that you know you need to do that you're not doing. I can guarantee it. If I spoke to every single person on this live right now and I said, yo, give me 5 things you need to do that you know you need to do without any limitation, without any fear, without any judgment, without any worrying about what other people are going to say. Give me 5 to 10 things right now you know you need to do. And I guarantee people will write it down. People will do it. People will say, okay, I know I need to do this, I need to do this, but they're not doing it, right? So they feel bad when they don't do things. What I'm telling you is this: at any moment, it can all change. And if you can know that you put yourself in this position, that responsibility, how real that is, you won't play the victim mentality. Most people do play the victim, right? You see it all around. I'm a victim of this, victim of that. And yes, we understand that there's things that happen to people. We understand that there's things that do happen to people in a real way. Like some people are born into certain environments. Some people get taken advantage of based on their level of awareness. Some people, yes, we understand this, and let's acknowledge that. What matters most, because we cannot control what happens to us. We can influence it, we can't control it. What matters most is how you respond to what happens. And how you respond to what happens will determine what happens next. So it's how you view the problem that is the true problem. And that right there is tough for people to digest and understand. Because it's so easy to take steps back and say, no, you know what? I got smacked in the face with the truth. Or I got smacked in the face with reality, right? The world, the pressure is on my shoulders. This is so much. All these things that's on my plate. Everything around me is too much, Anthony. It's too much. It's easy to put your hands up and say, yo, I'm done. It's easy to say, yo, it's not up to me, right? Because when you take away all responsibility, look what happens. I don't have to move. I don't have to spend energy, time. I don't have to observe. I don't have to take action. I don't have to take ownership. I can sit back and allow everybody else to do it for me. But guess what? Every time you refuse to take responsibility, your problems become someone else's problems. Every time you refuse to take responsibility, your problems become someone else's problems. Every time you refuse to take ownership and control of the moves you made up to this point, someone else has to pick up the responsibility. Someone else has to look at that and say, man, I have to do more because you refuse to handle your own problems. Why? Because we're all connected. We're all connected. The moves you make have an impact on me, and the moves I make, I have an impact on you, right? Every move you make. Right now, everything about you influences the world around you. And if you don't do your part, understand your problems in your own mind. If you don't do your part to take control and responsibility of your own existence, if you don't do your part and observe how you respond to things, if you don't do your part, someone else around you is going to look at you and be like, yo, what's good with you? Like, what's up? Right? What's up? Do we just accept this human being like this? Of course, right? Because got to accept people the way they are. It has an impact on everyone else around you. It has a total impact on everyone else around you. Right now, you guys, those of you who are driving right now, or you're gonna go ahead and get into your car. Your moves that you make in your car has an impact on everybody else. When you walk into the store, you order your drinks, or you order something, Your moves and who you are has an impact on everybody else. Your presence alone has an impact on everybody else. How you look, how you dress, how you talk, how you walk, your energy has an impact on everybody else. Everybody else around you. The people you live with, the people you do business with, the people you work with, the people you go to the gym. If you're at the gym right now, you walk into the gym, your moves have an impact on everybody else. Because it just takes one person, right? One person to do some shit and you're like, oh, come on, man. Like come on, right? So every time you refuse to take responsibility, every time you refuse to say, yo, I'm not taking ownership of my life, someone else has to pick that up. Someone else is going to grab that. Someone else is going to take control of that. So now you're becoming a burden on everybody else now, right? And don't take this in a certain way. Wait a minute. What do you mean, Anthony? Because people get offended. People get offended. It's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, just listen. Just observe. Just observe what is being said without judgment. Just observe. Just observe what is being said. Everything is a big problem when you refuse to take responsibility. Everything. 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 What if you assumed the position? What if you looked at this position that you're in, you say, you know what? It's up to me and it always will be and it's my fault. Can you imagine the moves that you're going to make if you looked at yourself and said, yo, it's my fault? Not like this. Oh, it's my fault. Why me? I'm a bad person. Not like that. Not like that. We're looking at it, the situation, and say, yo, it's my fault. I'm going to make an adjustment. I'm going to make a move and I'm going to take control. I'm going to be part of the solution. I'm not going to be part of the problem. I'm going to be part of the solution. What can I do right now to take control and ownership of my life? What decisions do I need to make? What decisions do I need to make that would completely put me in a different position in life? Who I need to cut off? What do I need to learn? How do I respond to certain things? What do I need to do to make this adjustment? And that right there, fam, when you understand this, there is nothing that can stop you. There is nothing that will slow you down. There is nothing that will get in your way. There is nothing that can stop a mind that's going all in on itself and is taking full control, taking responsibility. There is nothing, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how tough it may be, if you were to look at yourself and say, it's up to me and always will be, you will make the immediate adjustment. You will put yourself in a better position in life. You will take yourself out of this environment or this position that you're in instantly just like that, because now your mind is observing it and creating something new, creating a lifestyle that you want to live. You're looking at this position. You're like, okay, it's going to take a long time to dig out this hole, possibly because of all these moves I've made up to this point with a lost mind. But now that I'm clear, now that I'm aware, now I can look myself in the mirror, take responsibility, take ownership, take control. All right, what's the next move? You start planning it out. You start structuring your day. You start structuring your time. You start taking fucking responsibility. But it's so easy for people. I just hear it. I just see it. I hear it all the time. It's not up to me, Anthony. It's not my fault. It's not this. You don't understand. It's not a choice. It's not my choice. It's somebody else's choice. It's not me. It's this. It's that. It's this business, this corporation, this group, this partner, this family member. It's all on them. When you have full control over how you respond to whatever comes your way. How you have full control how you react. The thing is, because you have fears, that doesn't justify anything. Because you're afraid, that does not justify anything. Because you say you don't know, that does not justify anything. Because you say, oh, I just have, I'm tired, I'm this, whatever your excuse is, it's easy to say, to put your hands up and say, fuck it, I'm done, right? And then put all responsibilities on other people. You know how many people are carrying your problems if you refuse to every time you refuse to take responsibility, someone else is carrying your problems. Someone else is carrying your weight. Like, yo, all right, I got to carry this human because this human is unwilling to bet on themselves. I have to carry this human because this person is unwilling to take ownership and control. I'm telling you, fam, I'm telling you. Everything that happens to you happens because of you. And it all comes down to your perception, your perspective, your outlook on life, how you respond to things, how you adapt, how you adjust. And let's acknowledge the fact that at times it's going to be difficult. Let's acknowledge the fact that at times you're going to be emotional. Let's acknowledge the fact that at times you're going to be like, yo, this is way too overwhelming. But just understand this. How you respond to what happens will always determine what happens next. Does this make sense? Give me some fire emojis if you guys are feeling this morning. Give me some fire emojis, fam. Give me some fire emojis if you are feeling this morning. I was just scrolling up to see some comments. You guys are feeling this? Please upload the last live. I want to see my progress with talking. I did. Go check it out. It's on YouTube already. Go check it out. Check out my YouTube channel. I upload all my lives. Go check that out. Go check it out. Go check it out. Check my stories. Check it out. Right? But it's up to oneself to change our own selves. Right? But it's up to oneself to change our own selves. Yes, 100%. It's up to us to change it. Because if you're not taking ownership or responsibility, again, like, it's up to you. It's up to you. Like, it's not up to me, right? Because I could say all these things and it could sound all good. It could sound, it could sound stimulating. It could sound inspirational. It can sound all these things, but then study your moves. Like, study your moves. Detail the detail. Like, study the details. Like, I'm talking about everything that you do. Every move you make is backed by what you prioritize. Every move you make is backed by what you prioritize. Look at the moves you want to make. Look at the things you're interested in. Look at the decisions you make. But the details, not like, we're talking about details. We're talking about not just, the 1 or 2, 3 decisions you make in a day. We're talking about every single move you make. Everything. Every move you make is backed by what you prioritize. What you prioritize psychologically, what you care about, what you value, what you're interested in. All of these things. Every decision. Every decision. How you respond to adversity. How you listen. Listening. Right? The art of listening, how you observe, how a conditioned mind can listen to something with so much resistance. Right? It's like I'm heavily conditioned, backed by all of what I believe to be true, what I value, all my priorities, my character. So now the way I listen is backed by my deep levels of conditioning, which means most people don't listen to understand, they listen to respond. They listen to see if it fits within their beliefs and their outlook on life, which means they don't want to understand what is true. They just want to see what they think is true. I want to know, let me see. So those little things, how can you pay attention to the details behind the moves you make if you're listening you're listening with a heavily conditioned mind? What else moves you make? The things that you want to do with your life, the things you want to do with your time. What value are we providing to this world and to those around us? Look at it. Let's pay attention. Let's pay attention. Every decision, from the foods we eat, to the music we listen to the people that we keep around, to how we feel, to every little decision. Just observe this. Observe what you prioritize. Observe what is it backed by. Every move is backed by something. What is it that you can just see it. The things you do, every decision is backed by what you care about. which is why you can see just watch somebody's moves. You can get an idea of who somebody is. Watch somebody's moves. Just watch them move. You can get an idea of who somebody is by the moves they make and what they prioritize from the details of it. The details, the things that you overlook. Now, it sounds weird because it's like, okay, how can I observe myself if I'm not interested? How can I observe myself if I'm not interested in myself? If I'm not interested, if I play this victim mentality, if I say, oh, everything is overwhelming, or everything's too hard, too difficult, or I don't want to take responsibility. Again, the quote says everything's a big problem when you refuse to take responsibility. I'm not interested in understanding myself. If I don't understand that I am the problem and I am the solution to this problem, then I won't be interested in myself. Because if I actually saw the fact that I am the problem and I am the solution to this problem, if I saw the actual fact that everything that happens to me happens because of me, if I see the truth in that, I'm interested in the details. Like like the details that most people overlook. Laziness when it comes to thinking, man. When it comes to thinking, most people are lazy, dull, lazy, and sluggish. So to dive into themselves when they're in constant search for the greatest escape to their problems is what's difficult for most people. If I'm in constant search for the greatest escape for my problems, right? I want to run away. That's my goal. My goal is to run away. To see myself in detail it's impossible. I cannot, because I'm not interested. I don't want to see myself because then I get discouraged. Then I feel sad when I see myself. I feel sad when I see the truth. I feel sad because if I'm searching for the greatest escape and I don't want to see myself, I escape my problems for a reason, right? I am one that's going through life. I play the victim mentality. I'm in this position. I'm stuck. I feel stuck. And I'm in constant search for the greatest escapes for a reason. Because I don't want to see myself. Now, when you eliminate all the escape routes and you get face to face with yourself, what happens? The details become important. The solution becomes important. You look at your lifestyle in a real way and start saying, I gotta make there's decisions I have to make that I'm refusing to make. And that right there, fam, that right there is the reason why you put yourself in the position that you're in. Because even at this very moment right now, this very second right now, you can look at your life and make total transformation of it all. You can look at it no matter, look, the fears consume your mind, fine, right? There's so much fears, there's so much things you got to do, there's so much energy, time that it takes, fine. Doesn't change the fact that there's moves that you know you need to make and decisions that you need to make that you're refusing to make. And that is why you are in this position you are currently in right now. Now, for most people, that sounds great. I want to be in this position. I'm in this position because I want to be in this position. I love this position I'm in. Fine, right? There's others who say, well, I don't want to be in this position. I'm not in the position I want to be in. So you think. But in actuality, we're all in the position that we want to be in. Pay attention, fam. Listen, this is very, very, very important. We're all in the position that we want to be in. Because the moment that we don't want to be in this position is the moment that we just make moves. Whether even if it's towards the wrong direction, the opposite direction, you're still making moves thinking, all right, I don't want to be in this position. I'm going to make moves out of this position. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what it is I need to do, but I'm moving because I don't want to be in this position. So if you look at this position we're in right now, if we can understand that we're in this position for a reason, that there's things that we're overlooking, how we feel about ourselves, decisions that we're refusing to make, no matter the fears, because the fears is the biggest illusion of them all. No matter your excuses, we are in this position for a reason. Right? Now we have to look at, there's decisions I know I need to make that I'm not making. Now, The moment you make these decisions, the moment you address these problems head on, the moment you remove all your escape routes, the moment that you take full responsibility and say everything that's happened to me is because of me and I put myself in this position, you start making moves. You start making moves. You start addressing the problems. You start like, you know what? All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Because when you look in the mirror and you look at yourself and you look at yourself and say, yo, I really, really don't want to be in this position. There's no stopping you. There is no stopping you. There is no stopping you. There is the words, can people say, I don't really want, but then you look at the moves of what they prioritize. It's like, okay, cool. Fine. You say you don't want to be in this position. Fine. I really don't want to be there. Fine. There is no stopping someone. There is no stopping someone who doesn't want to be in the position they're in. There is no stopping somebody. There's no fear. I don't want to be in this position. I'm making moves. Period. Yo, period. So if you look at the position you're currently in, for most people, this is what's most comfortable. This is what's most easy. This is what's most, it's like, okay, I can do this. I can live within my limitations. I can live within my fears. I can live within my box, right? Let me take my time. Let me move slowly. Let me move, let me prioritize a bunch of other things that have nothing to do with the fact to getting out the situation. Let me prioritize the Friday nights. Let me prioritize the hangout times. Let me prioritize the YouTube videos. Let me prioritize all these other things. And then we say, I don't want to be in this position. Again, the moment we see ourselves for who we actually are and what we are actually doing, everything changes, fam. There's no faking it. You can't fake it. There's no more faking it. Once you see yourself and say, yo, it's up to me and it always will be. Once you see yourself, I'm the problem, I'm the solution to this problem. Once you see everything that happens to me happens because of me. Once you see that you put yourself in this position, it's like, you know what? Let's start taking control. There's no more faking it. There's no other excuse. Awareness kicks in, everything changes. The people you need to cut off, you cut off. The moves you need to make, you make. But for most people is those fears and those limitations, those psychological limitations, those fears so strong. Fear is so strong. The illusions that you think about, but, if I, like, the fears is so strong. It's so fucking strong. Fear is so fucking strong that no matter what is being said right now, that fear still kicks in. That fear controls and consumes people's minds. And that right there keeps people in the same place, wondering, hoping, wishing, believing one day instead of day one. It's always one day instead of day one. Retain yourself in your mind, your worth, you will, and willing to make moves and getting out of stinging. You guys feeling this? Give me some fire emojis, fam. Give me some fire emojis if you are feeling this. Give me some fire emojis if you're on here. One, if you're on here. And two, if you're feeling this. I want to know who's getting value out of this. Cheers to everybody. Take ownership. Take fucking responsibility. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, man. Yo, we built for this, man. This is what we do as human beings, man. We built for shit like this. Give me some fire emojis, fam. Let me see the comments below. Give me some fire emojis below. I want to see who's on here and who's feeling this. I want to see who's on here and who is feeling this. Always getting value, which is why I show up. I love it. I appreciate you for always showing up. Really do. I really fucking do. Everybody here, if you haven't downloaded, if you haven't got my awareness journal, you're missing out on a lot of things. You're missing out on my daily awareness journal. Sign up for that. The link is in my bio, fam. Sign up for that. My daily awareness journal. I talk about this all the time. A lot of people are like, what is this? What is this? It's like a new page to a never-ending book every single day. Sign up to that, fam. Sign up to that right now. If you're feeling this live, you're feeling this, there's things that I talk about in my daily awareness journal that will blow you away. It will blow you away. Go check it out. Link is in my bio. Sign up for that right now. Right this second, right now. Sign up for that. Also, the replay to this, fam, will be up later today. You guys can go check that out on my YouTube channel. I'm out of here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a great day. And I will talk to you soon. All love, all love, all love. Peace.